Hi, today I'm going to do a quick unboxing, well maybe you can call it an unbagging, of a vintage Dooney and Bourke bag that I got on the site shopgoodwill.com, which is an auction site, and Caleb Snell has been talking about it recently, and there's a bag that I've really been looking for, and I want it in this color. This is not this color. I always want my vintage Dooney and Bourke bags in this tone-on-tone kind of color. The model that I'm looking for is called the R99. It's not everybody who's selling a Dooney and Bourke bag vintage understands what they're selling, so it can be really hard to track down. And the only official Dooney name for it was the Essex Handbag, so that's not super helpful. On shopgoodwill.com, and I had one. I decided to go for it because I have never actually held one of these in my hand, and I want to know how much effort I want to go into to really get the bag I really want. The only one that's on the market right now is on Etsy, and it looks really good, and the price is pretty good for the condition, but it has the tag cut out, and this one does too, but this is my $18 baby. Looks like they just dropped it right in the bag. Here we go. It's big. I knew it had some marks on it. I don't feel like they are as obvious. You can see it right there. I will see. I'm curious if I might be able to get that off. It's pretty big. I do think it's like a bright white. Let's see what's inside. Completely empty. The inside's in pretty good condition. And a lot of times either individuals cut out the tags because they didn't like them, or sometimes that would mean that this went through an outlet, which doesn't mean that there was anything wrong with it. Oh, it does. I don't even, yeah. It does have the hang tag, which has some black stuff on. Okay, you couldn't tell. In the photo, it looked like the black stuff might be like a sign that this tag is inauthentic, which feels very possible because the leather is a little flimsy. A lot of times bags don't really travel with the tag that was original to them anyway, but this black stuff, which sort of made it look like probably was not real brass, it's actually just dirt that is sitting on top of there. I will play around with this bag and see if I can clean it up a little bit. Here we go. So I thought I'd give you some mod shots and my final thoughts. Here's the bag. I've actually put a little bit of shoe polish on it because I'm pretty sure that's what's going on with this bag. I went out to Michael's with the dog. Come here, Boo. Miss Boo and I went to Michael's earlier. Michael's allows dogs, and there's a shopping center that also has a Petco, and a Bed Bath & Beyond are just closing. But they all allow dogs, so she had a fun little time, and I figured that was a good outing to see how this bag fared. So it fits an organizer for a Speedy 25. I was able to cram it in there, which is kind of my sweet spot for a size, because then that's the size where I can fit pretty much everything I bring with me on a daily basis. And so I actually love the bag. I will say, you can't see it anymore, but after carrying it around like this for a while, I actually did have red marks on my arm. It is heavy. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I think I'm going to order some deglazer and see if I can get whatever is the top layer of what's on here off so that something will stick. I thought about whether it would work to try to paint it the color that I actually want, which would be like painting it English tan everywhere. But I think it's going to be so much easier if I just paint the color that it's supposed to be, because the way that a Dooney and Bourke is, it's not as easy to work on as I've worked on Coach bags, and you can really take those apart. I'm used to horses and saddles and bridles, and so you can take a saddle, bridle especially, down to nothing, to a pile of straps, and put it back together. And a Coach bag is very much the same way. And a Dooney bag, you really are looking at everything being in your way, So, like, I even looked to see if there's a way to take this handle off, because there is like a screw underneath, and the screw will just turn around on you. It's in a rivet, and it's not going to really let anything go. Then the back here, I don't want to try to paint like that inside of the pocket a different color. So I think I'll just get like white paint and see, because I think it's going to be an improvement of what we have. I mean, first I'll see what I end up with when I deglaze it, and let me know in the comments if you want to follow me through that process. I do like the bag. And actually, now that I've polished it a bit, I don't know how much polish I want to put on it, but the spots are a lot less noticeable. It is a cute bag. I don't really want a white bag, but it is coming into summer here, so that would be the one time of year when I could play around with a white bag, see how it goes. Don't think I want to own it in the long term. These are older bags. There's only so many out there. I want to leave it better than I found it. So, and it seems to be already painted. I would prefer to avoid painting a bag, but it's already been painted. I don't think that I can do anything to like completely unpaint it. We'll see when we go through, but I do love this style. And like most bags, when you fall in love with them online and then you see them in person, and it was a nice bag, but I really do like this one. I will say this handle, you can see that in the pictures, but it is big. It is more similar, like it really wants to rest on my arm. As a matter of fact, that's not a look, but if I need to like get in and out of the car with a dog and a bag or something, a shopping bag or something, I could do that. So this is like easily wants to sit on my arm, crook of my arm. I could definitely crook of my arm with a heavier coat. You could be bigger than me and easily crook of the arm. And so I feel like the overall proportions are pretty similar, and I don't know how to pronounce the name. The Delvaux Brillant, more so I would say than the Kelly. But it is such a pretty bag. And yeah, if it were all tan, I would be willing to pay, if it happens to go through one of the sites like vintagedooney.com, where they do the restoration for you, and they do a beautiful job. But I can do a lot of that stuff myself, but they do a lot of that for you, and a bag like this probably will go in the close to $300. And I wouldn't feel like that was a waste of money, because this is a nice little bag. So here we are. The leather on the front, it does have a few, you probably can't see them, it has a few weird little black marks, but it really cleaned up nicely like that. The medallion there, everything, after I used the leather CPR on it. That's such good stuff. Came to Maryland from Georgia in just a bubble mailer, nothing on it. These are tough little bags. That's one thing that I just love about them. Let me know in the comments if you want me to keep you updated on my weird little restoration project with this bag. See you later.